On April 26, 2015, we were granted the opportunity to attend the 5th annual Peel Student Film Festival. It was mostly fun, except for the part where we weren't actually in the festival. Now, before I'd start, I'd like to say that I am in no way trying to discourage people from submitting to this particular festival. I'd just like to share my rather negative experience with it with you so that you won't either face the same disappointment that we did, or that somebody from the actual festival will see this video and implement the much needed changes. So what really happened on that fateful day? Well, let me tell you. I'll begin with a little bit of pretense. In February of 2015, 5 friends and I decided we were going to make a short film for the Peel Student Film Festival, so we made Factory Girl, and we thought it was pretty good. We submitted the film to the 2015 festival and got an email of confirmation that our film had been received, but unfortunately the 2015 festival was cancelled due to a strike, so there went that. But we got the opportunity to try again at the 2016 festival, as all of the submissions would be carried over. We sent the festival manager an email in about October to make sure that we didn't need to resubmit just in case something had changed, and she told us there was no need. Great. So we set the date in our calendars and we waited. About 3 weeks before the festival, 2 of our group members realized they might need to leave early, so I sent the festival manager another email asking if there was any chance that we would be able to find out if our film was playing during the day so that they don't miss it. An important note, I mentioned the film by name in the email. I specifically said Factory Girl. And the email I received back said, "I can't tell you what time your film will be shown, but I can tell you that it wraps up by 2 p.m. Does that help?" Great. Fair enough, but at least we know our movie is being shown. You'd think that if it wasn't, something would be mentioned like, "Oh yeah, your movie isn't being shown at all," but no, none of that. So, for all we knew, everything was set to go. So the festival day arrived. At around 9:10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 26th, the cast and crew of our short film Factory Girl arrived at the Rose Theatre in Brampton, Ontario, the city of cinema, which is about a 45-minute drive from our school. The festival began at around 9:30, so when we got there, we registered with the staff, giving them the name of our movie, at which point a man in a suit wearing a Peel Student Film Festival badge approached us and asked us what movie we were a part of. We told him Factory Girl. He asked us if he wanted an interview with Rogers TV, so the writer of the film and I gave the first interview, broadcast in front of a theater of about 800 people, followed by the lead actor and the producer. Once the first interview was finished, the 2 of us, the writer and director, went inside to take our seats and watched the second interview of our group members on the screen. We were then given a program of the films to be shown. We read through it and realized that Factory Girl was nowhere to be found in the program. We went downstairs to a lady who, to be fair to her, was actually quite nice. We said, "Hey, our movie's not in the program, is that a printing error or is it something went wrong?" She responded, "Oh, sorry, let me find out." So she went and got the festival manager, who came over to us. Turns out this is who I had been emailing all along, so it was fairly nice to finally actually meet her. I explained that I had emailed her a few weeks ago about the movie Factory Girl, at which point she cut me off and essentially, mind you, quite angrily told me, "Yes, I remember your email, it was from about a year ago and I never said your movie was in the festival, you're welcome to stay," and then walked away. So that was that. We drove home feeling quite defeated, confused, and angry. Apparently our film just wasn't in the festival after all. We had followed all the rules, checked multiple times, and were sure that we had done everything correctly. We needed to find some sort of an explanation as for what happened. Now I'm going to pause for a minute here and throw in a bit of opinion. I don't think Factory Girl was a fantastic piece of cinematic mastery, but it was something that all of us were proud of. And after reviewing the other films that were in the festival, we agreed that our film at the very least met the quality of the others. Now, am I saying we deserve to win? No. I've made plenty of short films since Factory Girl that I am more proud of, but in the very least I believed that we deserved to at least make it to the festival. The rejection without explanation led us to assume that it must have been the violence and mature themes, but again we went onto the website and checked the rules. All it really stated was that it had to be appropriate for a high school audience, so honestly, if very obviously red paint acting as blood and the word bitching
Bitch about our home life
are inappropriate for high school audiences, then we'd have to make a bogged down, duller version of a movie. That just ruins art. So we sent an email. A very long, thorough email explaining our situation and showing her the emails that she had sent us, where she had confirmed our seats, confirmed our film submission, and essentially told us our film was going to be shown. None of the emails we received back notified us that our film would not be shown, leading us to waste time, effort, and money to get to a festival that we were not even in, and to do interviews about a movie that wasn't going to be shown in front of an audience of 800 people. Nowhere on the website does it state that it is a selective festival either. It never says your film may not be shown, or we reserve the right to lie to you about your film showing just to waste your time. So we got a response, and in essence, it said, "I've addressed all of these points with you already. Sorry you were disappointed with the results." At which point we responded with another email, reiterating the fact that we weren't disappointed with the results, we were disappointed with the lack of communication. It is not the responsibility of an entrant to a festival to notify themselves that they were rejected from said competition. And if they are not notified, that doesn't look bad on the entrant, it looks bad on the festival. As I said from the beginning, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from making their own movie and submitting it to this festival. The reason I'm saying this is because I think it's actually a fantastic idea to have a student film festival. I think encouraging people to make movies and to get them out there is great. But the reason this situation is so important to me and everyone who helped make Factory Girl happen is because we are confident enough in our skills as filmmakers and actors to keep going, to keep trying. But what if we weren't? What if it was one of the first movies we'd ever made, and this was the response that we had received? I mean, if it were me, I would want to give up film for good. It would completely ruin it for me. And it could have been that. It still can happen if these rules and regulations don't change. Nothing makes me sadder as a person than seeing somebody who wants to do something and someone who has such a strong passion about something be scared out of it by a faulty system. Anyway, I hope this brought to some light some amount of information regarding the problem. I'm sorry if I rambled a lot, but this is something that is very important to me and I felt like I needed to just get it out somewhere. Thank you for watching and have a great day.